Jean-Luc Godard's groundbreaking film 203 Things I Know About Her tells the story of Juliette, a housewife in 1960s France, trying to navigate the harsh realities of modern life that lead her to work as a prostitute. Juliette's dual existence serves as a critical lens through which Godard explores societal issues of the time, such as urbanization, consumerism, prostitution, and the impact of the Vietnam War. One of the most notable elements of this film is the editing, also known as montage. There is a common belief that good editing is invisible. In Godard's hand, editing transcends its traditional purpose. He uses editing as a tool to grab the attention of the audience and engage with the film's ideas rather than passively following a story. By employing techniques like disjointed editing, lingering close-ups, and breaking the fourth wall, he invites viewers into an immersive experience that blurs the lines between fiction and reality. 203 Things I Know About Her is a celebration of the art of editing, a medium that often goes unseen. Godard's editing techniques are designed to be visibly disruptive, mirroring the alienating realities of modern life. Objectification is one of the many issues that the film brings attention to. As money becomes the driving power of the world, our existence is reduced to mere objects. In this scene, she is prostituting herself for an American client. The editing doesn't flow naturally. The lack of pacing and the prolonged pauses create a sense of discomfort that mirrors the impersonal and dehumanizing nature of the encounter. During Juliette's monologue in the scene, we see inserts of real-life images of war. The images itself are unsettling, but the editing choice to insert these images while Juliette talks about prostitution draws a powerful parallel. It makes us think Juliette selling her body and the violence of war are both symptoms of a bigger problem. Society has become a machine that chews up people's dignity for the sake of making money. Whether it's on the streets of Paris or in the jungles of Vietnam, people are being treated as disposable parts. Godard's disruptive and disjointed editing style employed in 203 Things I Know About Her, marked by many abrupt cuts and fragmented imagery, illustrates the pervasive presence of consumer culture as part of modern existence. Juliette's life and routines are constantly visually interrupted with imagery of the economic forces responsible for her situation. 13 minutes into the film, a roughly 2-minute long uninterrupted shot immerses the viewer in Juliette's routine as she drops her child off in the morning. The lack of cuts gives the sequence a very natural and cohesive feeling. This immersion, however, is brief, its continuity swiftly interrupted by abrupt cuts to imagery of many construction sites, advertisements, and various other marks of consumer culture. In discussing Godard, Christensen quotes Daniel Morgan, who states, "Godard works with a range of images, clips, texts, and references, the density of which frustrates our ability to read meaning into them." Godard's abrupt insertion of this symbolic imagery throughout the film reminds viewers that Juliette's identity and autonomy are constantly disrupted, influenced and commodified by the omnipresent forces of consumerist society. Juliette's existence, like the city she lives in, is in a perpetual state of construction, constantly being reshaped by the capitalist forces which surround her. By stitching together imagery with powerful language, Godard managed to turn mundane moments of life into something almost philosophical. An ordinary object, like a cup of coffee, can be transformed into a symbol of modern existence, representing not just consumerism but also the human experience itself. In this scene, the camera focuses on multiple close-up shots of a coffee cup as Godard whispers to the audience. On its own, this is simply coffee swirling in a cup, but Godard's choice to linger on it invites us to consider it as something much larger. The shot doesn't flow in a single uninterrupted take. Instead, it's fragmented in multiple shots throughout the scene, linked by inserts of Juliette and man sitting at the coffee bar. Some ambiguous gazes are the only interaction between them. The cup of coffee is what connects the characters in the scene, but also what stands between them. Throughout swirls of coffee and poetic whispers, Godard paints a bittersweet portrait of modern life. In a consumer society, objects can simultaneously become bridges and barriers between human connections. The moments of silence in Godard's monologue further emphasize the tension in these interactions. To conclude, 203 Things I Know About Her is a collage of visual and narrative techniques that challenges audience to reconsider the nature of identity and connection in a consumerist society. Through Godard's innovative use of editing and introspective monologues, the film elevates mundane moments to philosophical reflection, revealing how objects and experiences intertwine in our lives. Juliet's journey serves as both of a personal story and a commentary on the broader societal forces at play, compelling us to question the authenticity of our interactions and the commodification of our existence. Ultimately, Godard's work remains a powerful exploration of the human condition, reminding us that in the chaos of modern life, our search for meaning and connection is both essential and elusive.